Hello and welcome to the practice of non-suffering. So, what is the practice of non-suffering and how does one go about practicing it? I will start by defining suffering as ultimate stress. Stress I will define as mental, emotional, or physical tension, strain, or distress. So, non-suffering will be the opposite of suffering, and that will be ultimate comfort. Definition of comfort will come from the original Latin calm, meaning together, and also as an intensifying prefix, and then fort from fortis, meaning strong. So the definition of comfort will be together stronger, not the modern day usage of comfort where it is seen as a negative to be too comfortable, and not conflating comfort and habit. In the practice of non-suffering, the more comfort, the better. In fact, in the practice of non-suffering, there are infinite levels of comfort. So, step one in the practice of non-suffering is to realize and understand that comfort is the most important tool we have as humans. Comfort is one of the body's feedback systems. Comfort lets us know that things are functioning optimally. Using one's comfort feedback loop as the most important guide is the easiest way to avoid suffering in one's experience. This cannot be overstated. Comfort, safety, and non-suffering go hand in hand. An example of this is the typical human hand and its interactions with the flames of a fire. If one moves the hand towards the flames of a fire, one begins to feel the heat and comfort produced by the flames of the fire. As the hand is moved closer to the flames, the experience becomes less comfortable and more stressful. Move closer still, and it now becomes much less comfortable and much more stressful in the form of pain. Now we have to fight the urge to remove the hand to a safer, less dangerous distance from the flames to alleviate the stress and pain one is experiencing. Any closer to the flames, and we start to suffer. At this point, the suffering can cause one to remove the hand from the flames immediately. In fact, due to the suffering and the impulse to relieve the suffering, one could remove the hand so violently that one could do more damage and injury by pulling a muscle or breaking a bone or possibly knocking oneself out. But that damage is less dangerous than the damage the flames are causing, and one is now safer due to the actions taken because of the suffering. If this was plotted out, it might look something like this. On the left side is ultimate stress, and on the right side is ultimate comfort. From the example given, if the hand is in the flames, this is ultimate stress and suffering, dangerous, and this is on the left side of the graph line. The biological processes cause us to remove the hand from the flames, away from the ultimate stress and suffering, and away from the danger towards a more optimal condition, the right side of the graph line, the side of safety, ultimate comfort, and non-suffering. Life seems to be guiding us in the direction of safety and comfort and away from danger and stress. So, if we place an arrowhead on the right side of the graph line, since it seems to be the direction life is guiding us, this now completes the plotted graph line. Each experience, each moment falls somewhere on this plotted graph line, and each person has their individual graph line depending on the moment and the experience. The graph line shows us the most important thing is one's comfort. Period. Full stop. When one is comfortable, that means things are going optimally. Comfort is a byproduct of optimization. Things are going smoothly. One is not fighting the moment or situation. One's body and mind are open and relaxed. One is flowing and enjoying the experience. One is not comparing this moment to that moment. One is not over-judging a situation. One is at peace. There is minimal conflict in the body, minimal conflict between the body and the mind, or between the self and the surroundings. Comfort is the feedback mechanism of the body communicating to the mind that things are optimal. The practice of non-suffering is in essence to become aware of and appreciative of the comfort that life facilitates for each and every one. The practice of non-suffering is to become aware of and appreciate comfort and allow our movements, actions, thoughts, and emotions to start from comfort and flow in the direction of life to deeper and deeper levels of comfort. Step 2 in the practice of non-suffering would be to not overvalue one's mind, to realize that we are much more than our minds and what we think. When one is passing a kidney stone or experiencing a migraine, one's thinking is not optimal. There is still comfort in the body, but it is very difficult to become aware of it. Realize that well-functioning body parts are comfortable, but are ignored or taken for granted. They are ignored or taken for granted because they are functioning optimally and therefore comfortable. One does not think about the little toe unless one is wearing a pair of shoes that is too tight or one stubs the little toe. Then one pays attention to the little toe. The little toe becomes the whole of one's experience. Otherwise, it is ignored and forgotten. Step 3 in the practice of non-suffering would be to become aware and appreciate all the parts of the body that do not hurt. That is the comfort in the body. Instead of spending much or all of one's attention and energy on what hurts, whether the hurt is because of minor suffering in the form of excess tension, cramps, soreness, a craving due to the body lacking an essential mineral or substance, anxiety due to one's thoughts, fear, pain, or the worst case, ultimate suffering, stop dwelling on it and start paying attention to the non-suffering, comfortable parts of the body. The comfortable parts of the body. Unfortunately, we are all 1%ers. We dwell or concentrate on the 1% of things that hurt in the body and ignore and take for granted the 99% of things that are functioning optimally and therefore are comfortable. We take the suffering from the 1% and spread it around to the 99%, affecting our thoughts, emotions, affecting our actions in the world, and affecting everything we interact with, and thus increasing the amount of suffering in the world. Instead of experiencing the 99% of comfort and spreading that around to the 1% and having the comfort affect our thoughts and emotions, affecting our actions in the world and everything we interact with, and having our comfort increase the amount of comfort in the world. How does one go about this practice of non-suffering and become aware of the comfort in one's body and begin to appreciate and experience the comfort that is actually in the body, actually there, present in the body? To reiterate, the definition of comfort being used is from the original Latin, stronger together. Applying this to the body means that when the whole body works together, the whole body will be stronger. The brain is a part of the body. The brain is a part of the body and the mind emerges in the brain. So the mind is dependent on the body. The body has all the sensors, the eyes, the ears, the nose, etc. Without the body, the mind is up a certain creek without a paddle. So when the mind remembers this and takes it into consideration, everything is better integrated, and we are more comfortable, safer, together stronger, and practicing non-suffering. Step 4 in the practice of non-suffering is to become aware of the story we are telling ourselves. The story we are telling ourselves is everything. Our stories are who we are to ourselves. Our stories are where our identities come from. Our stories are our future plans, and our stories are everything. In the experience of amnesia or dementia, the story disappears or gets blurred, and instantly we are different people to the person experiencing the ailment. Head injury, stroke, or damage to the brain, different person because some of the story is lost or changed. Chemical imbalance, different story. Bad night's sleep, different story. Drugs, different story. An ordinary person who gets out of bed from one day to the next, a different story each and every time. The story changes with the changes and flow of life. I thank you very much for your time and indulgence. Please enjoy and be comfortable.